What's up, YouTubers? This is your boy Big Metroid Fan 12 coming to you with another video game review. And this time I'm reviewing the game Pit Fighter that was released in the arcades, then ported to different consoles like the Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, and others by Atari Games and Tengen. Now, Pit Fighter is the first game that I'm aware of, pretty much first fight game that used digitized graphics before the release of the first Mortal Kombat game. Now, the plot is pretty simple. Buzz, a former pro wrestler, Ty, a kickboxing champion, and Kato, a kung fu legend, are fighting in an underground tournament where the only rule is to survive and everything and beat out the final person for the championship. Now, you can pick one of these three characters to fight against 8 different other characters in the game. And the names of the 8 non-playable characters are the Executioner, Southside Jim, Angel, CC Rider, Mad Miles, Heavy Metal, Chain Man Eddie, and the Masked Warrior. Now, you will fight in a total of 15 matches. Overall, pretty much 10 of them are just regular matches where you have to fight one of the 7 fighters like more than once. You fight 4 grudge matches against a clone of a character that you pick and everything. Then that's the final championship match against the Masked Warrior and everything. Now, all 3 characters have pretty much a specific specialty. Buzz, the pro wrestler's specialty is pretty much strength and pretty much power slash strength. Well, Ty, his specialty is pretty much agility, while Kato's specialty is pretty much speed and everything. One thing about the matches is that 10 of the 15 matches allows you to use like different types of weapons and everything. And like the types of weapons you can use are like wooden crates, knives, ninja stars, bar stools, metal drums, wooden barrels, motorcycles, and sticks. Now, I don't know why you would use a motorcycle as a weapon inside a bar, but that's what they did. You know what I'm saying? Now, one thing about Pit Fighter, when you only it's only like one. It's not like a 2 out of 3 falls like it is with Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat or Killer Instinct or anything like that. You just win like one fight, then you move on to the next round, next match. But the one thing about it that I noticed right off the bat, when you beat the first opponent, you go to the next match, but your health is not refilled or anything like it is with other fighting games. And one thing about the fighting genre in general, whether it's the Street Fighter franchise or the Marvel vs. Capcom franchise, every time you win a match and go on to the next one, you always have your health refilled. And the fact that this didn't happen in Pit Fighter, in all honest opinion, was a bad programming decision on the part of the programmers at Atari and everything. Now, the graphics and level design of Pit Fighter are okay, you know what I'm saying? Not all that good, but the color palette and sprites pretty much are dull, you know what I'm saying, and bland. And it doesn't help that the graphics pretty much haven't aged well and everything. Now, the controls and gameplay aren't necessarily bad per se, kind of mediocre, but it gets pretty repetitive really quickly, you know what I'm saying? It didn't really set any standards with the gameplay, you know what I'm saying? And that happened in my opinion, with the first Street Fighter game. You know what I'm saying? And as far as the soundtrack is concerned, it's just bad, boring, and hittable. You know what I'm saying? And it seemed like there was no effort by Atari to put together a good soundtrack and everything. And to me, the programmers at Atari really dropped the bomb by not having the characters' health refilled after you beat a particular fighter and go on to the next round. I mean, that was just straight up stupid in my opinion. Why would you not have the characters' health refilled after you beat your opponent? You know what I'm saying? I don't I don't know if Atari is planning to make like a remake or a reboot of Pit Fighter, which I doubt they're doing. This is one flaw that they should address if they're planning on doing it. But then again, I seriously doubt that they're gonna make a reboot or a remake of Pit Fighter. You know what I'm saying? Now, Pit Fighter to me is a prime example of a game with, that was that was a good idea that was pretty much poorly executed in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? And it seemed like Pit Fighter has a following, but I don't think it's has that cult classic status. You know what I'm saying? Now is um Pit Fighter worth playing and owning? Now, I think it is rare, but if you're not a fan of the fighting drama, I would honestly say no. You know what I'm saying? Because of the flaws that I mentioned. You know what I'm saying? But if you are like a fan of the fighting genre, it really depends on whether you're a fan of other fighting games like Street Fighter or Marvel vs. Capcom. But what you like, but if you really compare this to those games, you may or may not even consider playing it. You know what I'm saying? In all honesty, Pit Fighter is a major turd fest, and I would pretty much recommend playing other fighting games that came out for Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, or TurboGrafx 16. I would say or any other console like PS1 that came out in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? As far as the score, I definitely give it a 3 out of 10. They You know what I'm saying? It's just that it could have been a good game, just it was just poorly executed. Now with that being said, if you played Pit Fighter, whether it's on the Super Nintendo or Sega Genesis or whatever, you can mention it. If you like it, you could also mention that also, you know what I'm saying? If you like my review of Pit Fighter, don't hesitate to click the thumbs up button and don't forget to subscribe. This is your boy Big Metro Fan 12 signing off.